has been a Toastmaster for 2 months. She joined Toastmasters.
2 weeks.
Oh, sorry. 2 weeks. Did not specify. For 2 weeks, she joined Toastmasters in order to challenge herself and meet new people. Today, Dulce will be giving her CC1, the icebreaker speech from the Competent Communicator Manual. The objective of this speech is to break the ice and let us get to know her. The title of her 4 to 6 minute speech is Redeem Your Miles. Please join me in welcoming Dulce.
Driving over here, it's apparent that we live close to an airport, or we work close to an airport. And I love airports. There's a feeling of curiosity, of adventure. Even the steps that lead into your flight are amazing. Checking in, packing, getting your ticket, finding out which gate belongs to you, running, getting that Starbucks, getting that bagel. But I love airports. It leads to my mom's experiences of her travels, which started at 24. She said that when she went to Europe, it changed her life. From El Salvador to Europe, it's a huge difference. Everything was regal, ancient, beautiful. You could learn about history, and you could see the artists that she learned in high school. So today, for my icebreaker speech, I'll be talking about 3 things: international travel, domestic travel, and redeeming your miles. International travel. The first time I went to Europe at 16 with my mom, I was a tour guide. I was scared, and I brought on my carry-on, which was courage. I was scared because it was a country that I didn't know how to speak the language. I didn't know how to go through a metro. I didn't know how to navigate. I was 16, and my mom just said, "You know English, I don't. Here's a book." Take me to the museums, take me to the shops, and I loved it. At 19, I spent a month in Germany. My cousin moved from Georgia to Kaiserslautern because of his job. And my mom said, "Buy a ticket, go." I spent a month in Germany, and at that time in 2006, the FIFA World Cup games were going on. I saw a few fan fests where you get to interact with the people that come all over the world to watch soccer games. I saw a Japan-Australia game, and I got to meet Aussies and Japanese and their passion for soccer. In 2015, this is where I definitely pulled out my carry-on of courage. In 2015, I reached overhead and pulled out my carry-on, and I decided to go long-term traveling for 60 days, 2 months, from January 1st to March 1st. January 1st, Miami flight from Miami to Japan, 14 hours, and it hit me. I was scared. This was an oh my God moment. This is the farthest that my family's ever traveled, and I was on this airplane alone. Courage, carry on. I took it, I breathed, I made it to Vietnam. I loved Vietnam, and I was there alone. And then I decided to join a tour. And in that tour, we did a whole month trip to Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos. In Vietnam, I loved the night markets, going all the way through the north point of Hanoi, all the way down to Saigon. In Thailand, I rode elephants. Cambodia, I saw Siem Reap and old temples, and the carry-on didn't fail me. To my next topic is domestic travel. As a Miami native, I didn't see people leave their home, or their hometown. I saw people stay close and build families in that same radius. So I decided to tell my parents that I was going to Gainesville, Florida, which is 6 hours north. My father goes to me, "What happens if your car breaks or you don't know how to cook, or who's going to help you?" And I said, "Dad, I'll figure it out." And that was honestly the biggest jump of my adolescent life in my 20s. From Gainesville, I graduated and went down to Melbourne, Florida, where I worked at a startup company. I worked there for 2 years, and I decided I wanted to get my master's, so I quit. I saved about 18 grand and put all my stuff in storage, and I went to school. I became a grad student again. From Gainesville, I decided to go to a career fair, and from there Northrop picked me up and they hired me on into the Baltimore campus in Maryland. Florida to Maryland. It was a huge shock because I didn't know about seasons. I thought my birthday in March was sunny, and I didn't know March was in winter until I went to Maryland. There's a couple things like DMV, it's not the motor vehicles, it's what they describe DC, Maryland, Virginia. Crabs are a social event, if you don't know. From Baltimore, I decided to explore the West Coast, and I've been here since February in California. It's interesting because you see different people, diversities. When I accepted the job here in El Segundo, I thought that El Segundo was outskirts of Los Angeles. I had no idea that it was a suburb of LA. In closing, your bonus points, Advantage, American Miles, redeem them. Don't forget to carry on your courage. Thank you.
Thank you, Dulce. It's a great speech, great first speech. You'll find that there's quite a few folks in here who are well-traveled and enjoy traveling, so you'll have to compare notes. All right, on to our next